So welcome back, people. As you see, check this out. Look. Got me yourself one of these little microphones now. You might be able to actually hear me better instead of like, you know, got something in my gob all the time. You know, those kind of things. But anyway, what we got today, little 208. Doing a little minor service on it, nothing special. I've already jacked it up because it'd just be a bit long-winded to seeing that. But anyway, we'll get on with it. I'll pull you under a sec, show you what we've got to do. And if you're trying to do it and you got one of these little things, you'll know how to do it then. Easy peasy. So let's go. So the first thing we got, make sure your oil filter's loose. The bonus to this though, I did the last one. So it should come off by hand, all being well. And if I weren't being the Incredible Hulk. You see here, just underneath, nice little metal canister. See, can we get it moving? Oh yeah, look at that, she's moving. Beautiful. Look at that, that's lovely, isn't it? So, get our drain pan. Where are you going? There you are. Our drain pan. We'll get this out first because I feel like that's the easiest option. Be that careful because a load of oil is going to come right out of that. We'll let her drain. Here she comes. She coming? She coming? Surely got to be coming. Come on. There we are. Look at that. You know what I mean? A little quick tip for you guys, always make sure you've got a rag close to hand because I'm pretty useless at actually doing that, but not today. Organised, super organised. Now you should be able to hear me well enough, so yeah. And then to get the sump off, see just back there, little sump plug, I think it's like a 8 or a 10 mil hex. So let's get this off. So what I tend to do, a bit of a rag, so you don't absolutely douse your hands, even though I'm wearing gloves, but still, I just tend to find it. Get a rag over it. Saves you wiping your bloody hands afterwards and getting it everywhere. Or changing your gloves, because these gloves, they last ages. Look at that, tasty. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's lovely jubbly. So yeah, what I'm going to do, get a new oil filter, and then I'll be right back with you. There's a lot of oil coming out of that. Holy cow, look at that. Yikes and ikes. There is a lot of bloody oil, man. I'm taking a pee today. So yeah, let me go get the new filter because obviously need to drop a little bit of used oil on the new seal. Throw that on, and then we'll drain the rest of the oil, and we'll have a little snoop round it and see if there's anything that needs doing before it's MOT. Anyway, see you shortly, guys. So anyone doing this on a regular basis, they don't need to know this, but always change your sump plug. We don't always need to change your sump plug. It's mainly the washer. See if there's a little copper washer there. Those are crush washers. So any DIYers out there that is planning to have a little go at one of these Peugeot 208 services, at the very least, make sure you get one of these washers because otherwise, I promise you, it will end up leaking afterwards. It's not very often that they actually re-bloody seal, and they are an absolute pain in the backside if they don't. Which, yeah, very rare they will. So for the sake of, I don't know, a couple of quid, not a lot. And then what size is it? And I'll tell you exactly what size it is. I think it's an 8 mil, so 8 mil. So 8 mil hex, which I've got here out in my little blue point box. So you need an 8 mil hex to get that off. You know, one of these kits. You don't need to buy a blue point kit for this either. Just go into Halfords, buy yourself an 8 mil hex. If you've got a ratchet already, you're onto a winner. Save yourself a few bob. So yeah, I'm gonna go back under now, fit this oil filter up, and then we'll start draining the oil. See you in a sec. So, next bit, I've already done it. Get a little bit of your old engine oil, smear it around the top of it. So I was trying hard to do this while holding the camera, but I'll kind of show you. So I grabbed a bit of oil, just smeared it around the edge. So when you tighten it up, it's nice and on the money for you. So get under here again, get this oil filter on. See up here, let me get the camera turned and you'll probably actually be able to see what I'm actually bloody doing. So get it up here, nice and easy. Good bit of a good twisty. That should do it. And it needs to be hand tight. Not something stupid. Like I said, I've come to cars many times with these metal can filters, and you got to get a set of grips on them, which is not what you need. Especially when you're just trying to get in, out, do what you got to do. So here we go. Oh god, that was quick. There we go. That broke loose nicely. That did. There we go. I'll get my ratchet out of there. Come back. So all I do with these, because I always get a new sump plug, It's literally, look at that. That is black. Look at that, tasty. Oh, yay. Lovely. Gotta love a nice bit of black. A bit stinky, this. Been a little while, I think. Look at that, there we go. But yeah, that's all I do, so don't get too much on me. If that ratchet actually had come off easy enough, then would have been alright. But there you have it, people. So, when I quickly throw my new sump plug in, I'll put you back on the stand, and then you can follow me around on the stick, because you'll actually be able to see a bit more. See you in a sec. So all you're probably going to see now is my legs as I go rolling under this car like a tart, so, you know, it's all good. But I always said, you might be able to see that from there. A little new sump plug. Got that badger on. It's just a bit hard to hold on to the camera while you're under a car, because I ain't got a little tripod anymore. I've got a bit of a bigger one, trying to make just the viewing that little bit better for you. And now that I've got a microphone, not getting all the constant muffled, because I keep going and listening back to some of the videos I've done lately. I don't know how you find it, but just constantly bloody muffled on certain points. So I thought, you know what, let's make the quality that little bit better. So hopefully it will be now. There we go. There we have it. Nice. Look at that. There we go. Beautiful. Should be good now. There is a torque setting on these, but off the top of my head, as long as you get them up good, you'll be alright. I don't think I've ever had the torque when you just kind of know after a while. You know what, we'll carry out the inspection on this as well. Just got to go get my torch, so quickly grab my torch from the van. That might come in handy really, innit? Actually see what I'm looking at under there. I'll try and bring you in a bit on it as well when I do the inspections of things. On my little stick. On my stick. Got to get that wheel straightened up first though. You know, all that good stuff. There we go. Just drop the window. Another tip for you guys, if you're going to leave the key in the ignition, always make sure you drop the window. Because this one, for whatever reason, likes to self-lock. I've had it happen to me already a couple of times. So where it's like, go to do something, no good. So yeah, obviously you're going to check for plain ball joints, up and down, all that good stuff. Have a look in as well. Checking your springs, all that good stuff. Pull your wheel aside. See the tyre as well. Don't know if you can see that from there. I'll bring you in a bit. So see the edge of the tyres wearing. The outer edge, well, the inner edge is fine. So that's going to need a bit of alignment doing on it, which may have been done, don't know. Or it's been a while. So I'm not sure if she'd have done it or not by then. So obviously anytime you take the suspension apart, you need to be doing the alignment, but I'm unsure if she has or not. Everything looks good there. Bushes are looking okay. Brake lines are good. It's all looking quite good there, to be honest. Let's go check the other side. Come on. Come with me, guys. Let's check the other side. I'll try and poke the camera in a bit then, and you might be able to see it. So do the same again. Get you over here. You might be able to see a bit more of the action then, don't you? So, and that's all good. All good. Oh no, it's just the one shock we did. It was this side. Yeah. That's what. Well, we did both, but no. That's looking okay. That's looking okay. It's all looking all good. Brake lines are good. So yeah, always checking things like your brake lines and stuff as well. Just checking in there. This tyre's decent. Yeah, I'll show you. Come on, I'll show you. It's a bit hard because I've got these on a massive bloody stick, so it's kind of hard to see, to be fair. You see in here. Have a little nosy around. So you got your CV boot there. That looks all right. Bit of leak seepage, but it's all right. You got your ball joint down there, looks alright, brake discs look alright, and obviously the track rod ends on the other side. I'll put you in there, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really want to. So we're going to check the brakes now. I do have my little handy dandy little gizmo for that, which I happened to bring with me today. I misplaced it for ages and I couldn't find this thing. Just a little bit more accurate, because some of the wheels, you know, some you can see in well and some you can't. And these Peugeots are not very good, to be honest. Take that off. Yeah, I like to get the top of the torch in the back so you can kind of see a bit clearer. You can't even see on these ones very well. Do you know what I am going to do? While I've got the wheel up, I'm just going to whip the wheel off, because these Peugeots, it's hard to actually see. But it takes 2 seconds to whip it off, torque it back up. Better be safe than sorry at the end of the day. I know I'm only doing a minor service, but this is one of our very good customers. Come back to us yearly for servicing, this, that, the other, all sorts of bits and bobs. So she asked us about it to check it, so I'd rather just take the wheel off on it, because get a bit of a clearer picture. I'll probably take the wheel off on the other side, to be honest, while I'm here. Don't take much, not a lot of effort, especially for people that are good to you. Apologies for the good noise, people. The brakes look good, to be honest. Oh yeah, plenty of life in those. Yeah, I'll show you. See if I can get you on there. See that? Plenty of life, see there? Plenty of meat on them bad boys. So yeah, I don't need no brake pads. So that's a bonus, because she thought she was getting on the lower side, so you know, it saves a few bob at the end of the day. If we can save some money, happy days. Everyone's a winner. It's alright. Let me go, come back to you in a sec. Now we'll check those things. Oh, actually, I can show you the track rod end here. Look. There you go. Nothing special. It's all good, like. But it's what I didn't show you a minute ago. So, yeah. There we have it, people. So, I'll be back with you in a sec, because we've got to check the back end once we've got this back on the ground. Okay, but there's actually a police helicopter up there. Someone's been a naughty boy. Or can we get it? I don't know if I can get it. Someone's been a very naughty boy or a naughty girl. Ain't no good, is it? But it's not me this time, so bonus. Even though I do look like a crackhead, let's be real. So it's not me this time getting followed by the police, you know. But yeah, you might be able to see them there actually. Look, see the police helicopter? Bloody loud, I tell you what. Proper. But yeah, it ain't me this time, so that's a positive. They're not looking for a crackhead with a load of mechanics tools, wearing orange gloves. They'd be here by now, because they stick out like a mile with this bloody wonky eye anyway. So, get the bonnet open now. Get the oil level, get the oil where it needs to be. Do the back end check shortly. Now it's kind of even while it's sitting there. Might as well get the oil in it, in all honesty. Got that. Got that. I don't know how you're finding the new camera angles, all you people that watch regularly. Hopefully it's a little bit better than what it was before. Little bits of improvements. Trying to just get better as you go along, you know, like making the videos a bit more inclusive, so you can see more of what we're doing. Better angles, because the angles have been not the best lately, so hopefully this is better. So yeah, we'll get on. I know these, they don't hold that much oil, they're about 3.5, but I'll double check it anyway on my software, because it's always better to be safe than sorry at the end of the day. So yeah, whenever you see me on my phone, it's normally what I'm doing, checking certain, like obviously the levels of everything, obviously check the schedules, normal conditions. So I don't know what mileage it was, but you check obviously. So 3.25 litres of oil, that is. That's including the filter though as well. That is. If you want to know what the timing belt is, timing belt, it says on here 112,000 miles, but or 10 years. But I know recently a lot of these, it's the first belt change is on 6 years basically. If you do tend to leave it to go that long, and you ain't been up on your servicing, you will regret it on these, because these have got the wet belts. A lot of people bash on the wet belt system. Like, they don't like it. I quite like it because I think it's a nice little belt to do, to be honest with you. It's not overly difficult. The only thing is, if you catch it, you need to make sure you're really taking the sump off. So we did the belt on this one, I can't remember now, it was a good like couple of years ago now. Took the belt off, cleaned out the sump, because just to make sure that pickup was clear. Obviously it does cause it to be a bit more of an expensive job, but once that's the main issue with these cars, they do tend to burn a bit of oil, which is annoying. So I always end up advising customers to obviously keep a bit of oil, because once they get to a certain age, they are a bit of an oil burner, these are. But for what they are, they're cheap to run, quite nippy. They're not actually bad, these 208. Let me move you again so you can see where we are. These little 208s, I don't mind them, to be honest with you. I think they're all right cars. See if I don't spill it now, because of my neck come off the. Obviously, as you can see, oh god, yeah. The first thing I do is bloody spilling it down the bloody engine. Well done. I'll have to clean all that up. That's okay. What a fool. So yeah, exactly what I didn't want to do, but my spout broke off the other day. I ain't bloody managed to get another one, so hey ho. But we'll see what happens now. Yeah, just makes for a mess. Should have wrapped a rag around it. Just, you know, one of them moments where you just know you should have done something. Freaking typical, innit? Oh well, it'll be okay. But this thing's had loads of, this thing's been quite well looked after over the years. It's had, like I said, timing belt done, sump off, resealed, valve cover gaskets done in that. Obviously all the gaskets, when you take obviously the top of the engine apart on these, you just do on the timing cover gaskets, had auxiliary belts, had quite a lot of work done over the years. We did do one shock on this because it was knocking on the one side, and yeah, I know a lot of people go, well, you should be doing them both together. Yes, you should in theory, but you can actually just get away with replacing one. And I'm not being funny, to save a little bit of money at the right place, right times. I think about 6 months ago we did it or something like that, maybe a little bit longer, I don't know, but it just a knocking on that right corner, the inside of the shock just ends up failing basically. And it's got like a plastic insert that goes on them, so you don't really know either until you take it apart. Everything else looks normal, which I kind of knew the noise anyway because I've seen it so many times over the years now. I may have the video somewhere, but I can't remember. I did a little video on it, just that knocking, to show the customer, because any issues I find, I take pictures, videos, send it to them. Just, you know, makes it a little bit better so people can see what you're actually looking at. You know, and being as this job is a lot more personal than it is, it's a lot more personable than, say, like when I used to work in a garage, you know, when you like working for big companies or even backstreet garages and things like that. You don't deal with the customer on a regular basis, so this is a lot more of a personal kind of situation than obviously normal. You know, you normally get given a work order, go fix that, do that car, you know, and that's it. That's all you know. Obviously no thanks or anything, which, you know, no one gets thanks for their job, which, you know, unless you've gone out your way for someone, you're just doing your job at the end of the day. But just makes for a better relationship. Like, obviously this customer, she works from home, we come to a house, works out great for them. They ain't got to mess around booking it in anywhere, done between the school run, don't have to worry about doing all of that. You know, good little thing. Nice big driveway to do it on, so it's a bit of a win. Okay, fire this up, see what she does. It's on, everything's on. I'll crank her up. There we go. Let it run for a minute or two. And just double check. I always like to look underneath, just make sure nothing is leaking, which it's fine. It's all groovy. And we'll get our waste oil from out of here now. And I'll get that drained off in a second. Because, yeah, nobody needs that in their lives. So now, that'll probably do it. Go back, double check the oil level, give it a second to settle. Well, while that's settling, I'm going to get rid of my waste oil. Is that the correct stuff? The clear stuff or the black stuff? Oh, Right, that's the waste oil. Okay, waste oil. Good to know. I don't know if you'll see if you can get these angled onto this. So this is what I do with my waste oil. Big buckets, and then every so often we've got to get the oil evac blokes out, store it in a garage, just a little council, store the waste oil in, and then get the big trucks out that you used to get. Well, let's say they used to visit garages and stuff like that. I tell you what, it's expensive though. I think when we got rid of 300 litres, it was about 120 quid, something like that, maybe a bit more. It's quite expensive for what it was. But, you know, needs must, because you can't take it down the tip anymore. You can only take like, I think they said it's like 5-10 litres, something like that at a time now. So you can't even take it down the tip, you know, or even pay. I've tried to pay to do it, you know, down the tips. They won't even let you pay for it, which is surprising. You know, because I'm happy, obviously, would it make life a lot easier, because I just store it all in these barrels over the course of the year, and try to do it once a year, basically. So, just double check our oil level now. But, just a Tuesday morning. Nice easy Tuesday morning today. A couple of other little bits and bobs to get up with. I don't know how much I'm going to record, but I'm getting there. See that? A little bit more oil. She'll be reet. She don't need much more. I'm hoping you are enjoying this sound quality now. Should be a whole lot better. But yeah, I was sitting there at the weekend when I was doing a bit of editing, and I was just unhappy when I was, I think it was the Subaru video not long posted. I was talking and stuff like that. Because where the position of the camera was, you couldn't actually hear what was coming out of my bloody mouth, which is probably not a bad thing, because I can't rab it on forever in a day. But yeah, it just got to a point I was just like, sod it, bought these, got 2 microphones, so if one dies I got another one. You know, well, if one runs out of battery. Come on baby, light my fire. Probably cut some of this out anyway, because it's obviously a lot of waffle here, isn't it? You see all these engines now in like all the Vauxhalls and stuff, since Peugeot has bought Vauxhall. See all these engines in pretty much everything now. To be honest though, I genuinely don't mind working on these engines. They are very straightforward, to the point. Like I said, even the wet belts on them, they're not difficult to change at all. That'll probably do it. That'll do it, donkey. She's a little bit tipped back, so a little bit under, which will be fine when it's level again. So, just having a quick look. Obviously, washer fluid, that's all good. Nothing out of the ordinary. Belt looks good. It's like I changed that belt recently, you know. It's just like I changed the belt recently, because it looks very good. So, yeah. So you probably ask me why I'm jacking the back up so much. I'll tell you, just because these jacking points, I tend to jack the back up so I can get the front on an axle stand on this here. Because I always find, obviously you don't want to jack on the actual sill, you need to be on the actual, obviously the jacking points for it, for the simple fact you can cause damage to the sill, which obviously you don't want at the end of the day, because somebody's bloody car. So I always try to avoid, obviously that's a bit stiff, isn't it? It's binding a little bit. That's not good, is it? Brake's binding up. Yeah, not good. We've still got a bit of handbrake on. Maybe there's a little click on still. Oh yes, that might be why. Help if actually fully unclick it, yeah? It's still binding a bit. Might need to book this in for a strip clean and adjusting. Have a little look under, check the rear springs. And before you say anything, yes, there's not an axle stand, but it'll be alright. I'm clear of it. That's alright. It's all good. Yeah, no issues there. No leaks. Let me get my torch actually though, because I need to check under the wheel arch. I do like to check for, obviously like to check for nails in the tyre as well. But obviously a little easier if you can lie behind it like I'm doing here. Hello! And then you just pull the wheel round, have a little look for things like nails and that. because trying to look at the top, you can kind of see, but it's just easier. Same thing, we're looking at the shocks and that, making sure they're alright, brake lines, everything's good. And I'll drag you down and I'll show you. So obviously, we're checking in here for obviously looking for any breaks in the springs, looking for any leaks on the brake pipes and where they go up. Obviously checking the shocks as well, they're not leaking. Just having a quick nosy at everything. And that's how I look at it. So as it comes around here, just checking for things like nails in the tyre, which I tend to do. But on this occasion, it's all good, no bothers. So I'm going to put you back on my little stand, check the other side, and then we're pretty much good to go, guys. I know it's nothing special today, but again, if you're one of the DIY guys at home and you're just not quite sure and you want to know what tools you need, if you're just doing an oil change, not really many. Size 8 hex bit and ratchet. Well, you could probably, you know, if you're honest, in all honesty, if you had a size 8 Allen key and a spanner to get a bit of leverage, you could probably do that. In all honesty, just make sure you do it tight enough up when you put it back together, like. But for the most part, pretty straightforward little cars, so anybody can do it. And I'm all about DIY, I really am, because if you can save yourself a few bob, why the heck not? So let me get the jack and jack this side up as well. The only downside with gravel I've noticed though, over the years obviously, is the jack doesn't move like it should. So as it pulls up, you've got to be quite careful with these jacks in gravel as well. Just to be on the safe side. I'll show you these jacking points actually, because if you are DIYing this, people. So you see here, see where my jack is? Literally like almost like a little cutout here with a hole in the middle. That's your jacking point on these. So do make sure you're getting them on the actual jacking point, because it is important, because you'll just end up folding up the sill, and over time naturally it just starts rusting, whichever, it's never good. See, that one's nice and free. See that wheel? Nice and free, that one. That's all good. So I think that one over there is going to need a bit of a strip, because that's lovely. So again, I'm just going to quickly check this spring. I ain't going to bring these down this time. There's no real need. That's all right. It's all good. Brake line's good over the axle, yeah. Exhaust looks good. Yeah, I think she's sweet for the most part. Near side front tyre. Offside rear brake is binding. And the rest of it seems alright, not too bad. So yeah, if you made it this far guys, don't forget to drop us a like, follow, share, all that good stuff. It'd be much appreciated, guys. Look, I even went out and spent a bit of extra money, so you got nice clear, crystal clear sound now. You know, shame about this wonky eye though, because really starting to bug me lately every time I look at the camera. Anyway, right, let me get this wrapped up. I'll come back with you in a sec. Now, if you do carry these old oil filters, you know, when you're, being mobile, if you're having a go at this, I tend to wrap them in a glove till I can get them back, so if they tip over, something like that, they're not leaking all over the place, because there's always a bit of oil left in them. So just another little tip for you guys. You may like it, you may not, but that's what I tend to do, just keep them sealed. I bet you guys thought I forgot about this, didn't you? Never. Always make sure I torque my wheels up. See if I can get it to where you can see what I'm doing, Never ever forget. Can't be not doing that. Got to make sure they're all torqued up and happy. Look at that beauty. So yeah, pretty much the end of it now. I'm just going to double check my oil level. Now it's all level, everything's where it's supposed to be. Just put my last few of my bits away now. Last few of the tools away. And we're pretty much good to go, guys. No more ranting. But yeah, everything's got its home at the end of the day. Always make sure it goes back where it needs to. The last thing you want is to be literally juggling, looking for blimmin' tools all the time. Last thing you want, guys. Oh, I'm going to turn this back off now because the battery's getting low and I need to charge it. Yeah, I tell you, man, the battery on my GoPro, man, absolutely getting hammered lately. It's going so quick. And she is spot on, right where you need it. It's a little bit under, but I'm okay with that. See just there, guys? I don't know if you can see it on there. It's just, well, it's a bit shaky. Just a tiny bit under, but that's okay. Not a problem. I'd rather go a little bit under than go over. That's the Peugeot 208 on a lovely Tuesday morning. Hopefully you can hear me better now. Do you know what's funny? Even after all this time of making videos now, even when people walk by and I'm doing like something like a thumbnail, I tell you what, it's always weird and awkward, or when you're talking to a camera, people look at you all like it's kind of funny. It's just so weird. Even I find it weird. But yeah, but anyway, that's our little 208 done. Nice little service. It needs a few bits. Needs a near side front tyre, and the offside rear brakes need pulling apart, cleaning up. Possibly shoes, because I had this issue a few years ago where the handbrake lever was just staying slightly engaged, but I managed to clean it up and free it off a few years ago. So I think it may just come down to where it's going to need, probably going to need just a new set of shoes on it now at this point, because yeah, it's just constantly having to, well, not constantly having to do it, but I may end up trying to free it off. But I think probably the best port of call would be a new set of shoes, and then it will stop doing that permanently, because she looks after her car very well. And it just seems a shame, because that possibly could fail MOT on actually binding, which is not something you want. But anyway, if you like that one, don't forget to like, follow, share, all that good stuff, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully when this channel grows, maybe we can start doing some things for free for people, you know, people that are struggling, stuff like that. You know, get out there, help our community out a bit more, because if the videos are making money, we don't have to charge for it. You know, obviously some of it, we obviously want to keep some of it at the end of the day, because I'd rather step back from the tools, spend a bit more time with the family. But we can go out there, maybe do some free work for some people, or you know, wherever we're needed, we can go, and then it can kind of cover some of the cost of, or at least the labour anyway. Maybe not the parts, but at least the labour on the job. Anyway, see you in the next one, guys. Much love. Peace out.